Welcome to Rugby 100 Club. I'm with Marcus Holt, Legion entrepreneur. Hey, what's up, bro?
What is up? How you doing, man?
Not as good as you, I guarantee that. You got a game at home in San Diego, even though it's California Legion. I'm still getting a hard time wrapping my mind around that.
Well, it was San Diego Legion on Saturday, so that's all I care about.
That's what's up. We're on the same page. Hence, I made sure there was a little ball over here in the corner this episode this week. Like if you know, you know. And we for sure know. Talk to me, Goose. What was it? Okay, so was it the typical preparation, a few hours before the game, a few hours after the game? Talk to me.
Nope. It was very much not that. We showed up, and we didn't have to. We showed up, I don't know, maybe about 50 minutes or so before they opened the gates, at 3 p.m. We just had our one little, little hand truck with our drums, some few of the rubber swords, and that's it. No banners, no nothing. I think we had them in the cart, but I think Shaw said that he's going to give them to the Legion. So yeah, no, it was very, very simple, a lot simpler than, the 2 and 3. Well, it's our day starts, we're an hour away, kind of like you are. You're not around the bend either. So, you got to drive down to the stadium and all that other stuff. So no, this one was very much, you know what? I'm not going to sweat it. I'm just going to go show up enough time for me to put all my crap on and then go see what the vibe is. And that's what we did. So yeah.
Marcus, how was the turnout?
I was surprised. I mean, I was thinking, okay, if we get 1,000 people here, great, because, San Diego fans, you got to remember the Band-Aid from the Chargers is, that wound is still relatively fresh, even though it's been whatever it's been. People don't forget that kind of thing. And, the online, if anybody read, most of the online comments, most of them were negative. So I didn't think it was going to be like, a big turnout at all. But honestly, when we got there and once everything started cooking, it kind of felt like just a regular game from years past. I mean, I don't know what the numbers are, but it didn't feel like a ghost. It didn't feel like year one Torero. That's for sure. That's what I was expecting. I thought it was going to be year one Torero, where you could probably hear yourself, echo in the stadium, or whatever. But no, not at all. I mean, the video and the pictures and all that stuff people could see, it's probably not as full as it would have been a couple years ago or whatever. But the vibe was very much, as far as the attendance, very familiar. And, they had less vendors and, there's no like branded everything everywhere because, why would they put all that up? In years past where everything, was SD, everything was all over the place. But it was scaled down for sure. But the attendance was a pleasant surprise. I will definitely say that.
Did you get to see the normal, like the majority of the normal fans that would come to a normal SD game?
As in, like, some of the regulars, or
yeah. I mean, I'm thinking all the characters that I'm very aware of by just being a tourist once in a while.
Well, I mean, yeah, definitely. I saw a few people out there. Some people, I don't know everybody. I'm not you, but no, it was definitely familiar faces where, hey, what's up, man? Hey, what's up? Man, how you doing? And, hey, I remember you, and blah, 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 kind of stuff like that.
Sweet.
But, no, as far as the crowd went, yes, it was less, but it wasn't like crickets, which is what I was honestly going into it thinking, okay, San Diegans are pissed off. I get it. They have every right to be. And I thought it was just going to be sort of like, all right, it's going to be, the Cohort guys and like 6 other people. Yeah. But no, not at all, man. It was, and obviously we had a hell of a lot to cheer for. So that definitely, pumped the crowd up. But yeah, man, it was a good time. It was a really good time.
Man, it's so cool to witness, to watch, rooting you guys on, of course. I don't know anybody else in the nation other than a Free Jacks fan that would have not been rooting you on. I mean, we all kind of want to see a different person up at the top of the podium, sort of thing. And no disrespect to Free Jacks, but at the same time, we all have our favorites, and definitely San Diego Legion. Some of mine.
Yeah,
favorites.
it's obviously, hey, the Free Jacks got what they got because they're good. You cannot take that away from any team, no matter what the hell you think about who they are, blah, 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 blah. They won because they're good, period. But at the same time, it's like, okay, number 3 comes around. It's like, all right, okay. Having been there personally for one of them, it stings. It's never not going to sting. It hurts. But, hey, they got what they got. You can't take that away from them. But, yeah, it's like, it's time to mix it up. And with the reduction in teams and all that other stuff, it would be nice to see something else happen. And I say this about teams all the time. It could be NFL, it could be whatever. It'd be like, damn, I'd love to see the Browns win a Super Bowl. I'd be like, that would be awesome. I would be jumping for joy. That would be like, yeah, right on.
Right, the Browns and like the Lions or something that somebody else that's just not always on top. Yeah,
exactly. You know what I mean? So it's just, I think it's not, so much as like, oh, I hate that team. People use that term all the time. I hate those guys. It's like, you don't know those guys. They're just guys. There's some personalities and peripherals out there that might be disagreeable, but you know what? Hey, the guys are out there playing. They're professionals. They're out there playing, and if you're good, you're good. You know what? And get your ass kicked. You get your ass kicked. It's just that simple. You got to move on one. Roll with it. That's the ups and downs of being a real fan. You take the good, you take the bad. And there's a theme song from the '80s I won't finish. So. Yeah, it's
you don't want to make this karaoke? No,
not. Yeah, hold on. I need down at least half of this.
Yeah, you should. Hold on, I'll drink with you. Friends don't let friends drink alone.
All right, cheers, brother.
I appreciate the snot out of you, sir. Over the years, even though we're supposedly supposed to be enemies, we become frenemies. So there's that. It's been a great time. So question, are you planning on going to any more games this season?
At the beginning of all this, I said, I'm going to do Orange County and I'm going to do San Diego. I end up doing Orange County. Obviously San Diego. I don't know. The question is right now, it really depends. I mean, I'm not going to go up to Northern California. It might be LA. That's just rough because it's LA, and 2, it's LA on a Sunday, and it's brutal no matter what. It's a school night, so we got to get our beauty sleep. I don't know. I don't know.
You need a lot of beauty sleep now that I think about it. You got a really good point. Yeah, really good point.
Yeah,
definitely more than the Queen for sure.
In years past, probably, yeah. If this was San Diego Legion, I ain't gonna lie, I would probably be like, yeah, I'll go up to wherever. What is it, Sacramento and San Francisco?
Right.
Because there's actually some other stuff I'd like to do in both those towns. But yeah, I don't know. If anything, it'll just probably be LA, but it probably won't be in Armour because it's a whole other ball game up there. There's no guarantee that there's, Torero knows us. They know what we do. They just, hey, there we are. Wave you through, no big deal. LA, I don't, anywhere really. We don't know what we're gonna get. I mean, Sean did OC in his Armour, so that was no problem. It's just like, okay. People can say at the very top levels of whatever, team, oh, yeah, you guys can come in Armour. But, at the end of the day, it's the guy at the gate that you got to deal with that's going to either let you through or no. And, we've had some song and dances at security gates before, and like I say, we kind of like want to bring that because it's a thing. It's something that's familiar to people both in the stands and in the crowd or in the on the field. This is obviously a brand new team except for a few exceptions. So it's like, do Do you bring the whole thing? Can you bring the whole thing, or do I just stand back and kind of see what happens? So right now, I am up in the air about the LA game. If it's going to be anything, it'll be the LA game.
I can see why you're up in arms. It's 5 different locations for 5 home games, and that's a lot of movement. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. We're on the same page. I've been preaching this the whole time. Of course, you and I've had conversations, just not on this platform about this topic. And
yeah,
not everybody's real keen. But at the same time, it's nice to just, I will say out loud, I'm glad that there's still a team in California. Yeah. Because after seeing everybody button up and belly up sort of thing, I'd rather have you have a team than no team.
Well, and that's it, because when you take everything away, it was this or both teams fold. Long and short of it, that that was it. It was too expensive to operate down here, and it had to happen, and this is what we got. So, like I said, we've kind of been here before, but hey, I'm still a Chargers fan. I don't care. You know what I mean? What am I going to do? I'm still a Chargers fan, and I'm very much more, what's the word? I'm not PG-13 rated when I'm watching those games, so definitely
I'm
tone
really
it down.
surprised you haven't slipped up on this right now. I'm impressed, actually.
Hey, I can be professional when I want to.
Agreed. Yeah, I love it.
No, we that's always been a thing with the cohort is, PG-13. You know what I mean? We don't, abuse, the players, the officials, anybody else in the stand. That's not a thing. Yeah, you give them a good ribbing once in a while. Believe me, when Nate Sylvia ran by before the game, we gave him some crap. You know what I mean? And, he laughed as he waved because he knew he was going to get it. But of course, as he ran off, hey, we love you, buddy. And he knows it because, man, we go back all the way to the beginning. Like, literally, we go back to the beginning. But, at the end of the day, that's always been something that, hey, don't be cussing at people. Don't be shouting obscenities at the officials or anything like that. And that's why, people have, literally, over the years, they've sent their kids down to hang out with us for, half the game, and they just felt good about it because yeah, we get all but I'm not gonna do any damage except to ourselves because my back still hurts.
I'll say that I've had so much fun with the cohort over the years.
Yeah,
one of my favorite times was when we were in San Diego and we sung Happy Birthday to Marquise Goodwin.
That was a good one. That was a good one. He turned around and he totally was like, there was a lull in the action or whatever it was. And he was all, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was like a water break or something. But yeah, we're like, dude, next break that comes up, you're our target, buddy. You're our target. And he's like, okay. And then we start singing Happy Birthday to him. And he's like,
yeah,
he was just fanboying over us. It was so cool, bro. So cool.
Yeah. That was good. It was just a general because when you came down there, we were just at each other the whole time, but we're really loud, for everyone to hear. So it's,
little theatric. Hey, bring it.
Yeah, that's
what we do
every time, man. We that's what we do. Entertainment, and some people. I think people get a kick out of it. I'm sure some people are like, hell no, I'm getting as far away from these idiots as I possibly can. Hey, right on. Yep. Uh-oh, we went dark.
Oh, man. You didn't pay your light bill. I see how it goes, bud. You got to pay.
Oh, is that my screen?
Is that what it is? Keeping the light on your face?
Oh, my screen decided to go dark.
Okay, that's okay.
I don't want to look at
the light is in that room. All right. No, I could get to edit all sorts of shit. Oh, fun. So what's new in your zoo, bud? How are you doing?
Good, man. Just here, kind of seeing where all this whole thing goes. I don't know. There was some soul searching, before the season. How much do I want to really get into this? Am I gonna you know.
Yeah.
But I'm like, no, I didn't do that before. Why am I going to do it now? I'm not going to go because, like I said, it's work. You know, it's work in the sense of it's not just, oh, just jump in the car and, you know, throw my flip flops and shorts on and, you know, and crack a beer before the game and then go watch. You know what I mean? It takes some effort to go and do the things that we've done for, you know, 8 years. I don't know what the rest of this, but so, you know, everybody, you know, Sean included, you know, it was like, okay, we're gonna simplify, bring it down. We started doing that last year, to be perfectly honest, because it really got like, you know, bringing, you know, people don't see it. I get that they don't see it, but you got to
No,
get
and it's good that you're explaining it because I could do it, but it's not going to carry nearly as much weight as when you explain it because the details are important.
Yeah, it's always been a pretty much an all day affair. You know, when we were, you know, rocking and rolling in the prime, we'd start, you know, for us, you know, we would probably leave the house sometimes at 9 a.m. for a 1 o'clock game or whatever, just kind of depending on the situation. Get down because we'd drive out to the shop when we had the shop in El Cajon and go get all the stuff, load up all the stuff. I mean, a lot. I mean, we're talking bins and bins of stuff because we had loaner armor and banners and pop ups at one point and all the stuff that we, you know, drums and all that stuff. Horns at one point. We never got the cornu, the Roman horns going, but we had 3 of those at one point.
I forgot about those Roman horns.
Yeah, they made their appearance like one game, maybe 2, because we couldn't find anyone who was like dedicated to like play them. But it was like the ones you see in the movie, the big round ones that go over the shoulder, all that. We had all that. But you know, it's all that stuff that was work to get it going, but it was like just worth it to bring all that stuff to like brand the stadium, to theme it, if you will. And obviously management loved it, and I don't know how many players over the years were just like, oh man, this is awesome, you know, everything you guys do, blah 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 blah, you know, and we hear you guys. That's one thing that, you know, that's really the motivator is, you know, multiple guys who have been on the team, left the team, whatever, have come and they're like, you know, we may not like sit there and like, you know, awesome, thanks guys, you know, everything during the game. Of course not, but they'll tell us later on, say, we hear you, and it helps. So boom, sold. You know, that's the thing that was the main motivator is if it helps one guy play harder for a few more minutes to push it over the edge, hey, mission accomplished. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it takes a lot of stuff. I mean, everyone has their hand in it, you know. But you know, Sean and Maureen, you know, they bore the brunt of this whole thing. You know, getting stuff and transporting stuff, and you know, all the nights that they went back to the shop and unloaded the stuff by themselves because everybody went home. You know what I mean? That's the stuff no one really knows about. You know, they're in their 70s and they're over there like offloading bins of chainmail by themselves in El Cajon, you know, which can be hot, it can be dangerous, it can be this, that, and the other thing. So those are just kind of the parts that, you know, I guess, you know, nobody knows about in the greater scheme of MLR. It doesn't really matter, but you know, the point is, it was a lot of you know, a lot of work to bring it full tilt, and you know, I don't regret any of it. You know, I hope that it can get back to a point where we can do everything again, but you know, we'll see. Don't know where it's going. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, with you. It's a lot, man. Them taking away your team and then basing it out of LA, which is, you know, yeah, geographically everybody thinks it's super, you know, smooth to get up there, but as we both know, it's not.
Yep. You know, I was born and raised up there, but you know, it's, you know, but I try not to spend any time up there if I don't have to. So we came away with the dub, and hey, it's all good.
A huge dub, bro. Let's not underplay that, okay? Please and thank you. Like, you got your asses handed to you by Anthem, and nobody saw that coming.
Nah.
But the boys, they adjusted that like the professionals they are, and they came out swinging last week or this weekend, and they got that W, and they didn't get it by a little bit, bud. They didn't get it by a little bit. They made their mark, and it was so much fun to watch.
Oh, yeah.
Could have been anybody, as far as I'm concerned, just to watch them come back, make their mark, let everybody put them on notice and be like, hey, just because we lost last week doesn't mean a thing. You know what? Like, we're adjusting. We're professionals. This is what we do. Whoa.
Yeah, it normally I don't like a blowout, even if it's my team, and because it starts to get sort of like, but I don't remember the last time the Legion just beat the hell out of somebody like that. So it was just like, okay, yeah, screw it. Let's do another one. Let's get another one before the half. Let's get 2 more before the half. At this rate, shit, we can get, whatever. Keep going. Why not? I ain't gonna lie. There's a little bit of retribution from 2023. Feels good, but
in Chicago, I remember we were there together.
But yeah, it was good. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it could have been anybody and all that, but it wasn't. And I'd like to hope that little part of me says we energized them a little more than last week. And hey, I'd love to see them go wherever they're going to go and just beat the snot out of people. But if that doesn't happen, if that only happens in San Diego, then I don't know. Must be something there.
I see you. Yeah, totally, dude.
Don't know.
Bring him back to San Diego. That's just me. You don't have to say it. I got you.
Yeah. Yeah, I think their pie in the sky plan would be to have chapters across the state, but no.
Yeah, and I don't blame them for wanting that, but it's kind of a need and want logic in my head, where it's listen, out of the 2 places last season and the season before, which one drew more of an audience than the other, and who had attendance from the beginning to end of a game also, right? Because LA did not.
No, did it all drop off? I was at a friend's party. I didn't watch.
I last year did a game down there up till like say the 15th or 20th minute. I'm still looking around going, is anybody going to show up? And by probably like 30 minutes into the game, the crowd showed up. And that was just weird because last I checked, your team needs you the whole time. I mean, it's an entire game, not just part of a game. And so the fact that they drew them into LA and LA is now, directing it all kind of threw me off, to be honest with you. Did not see that one coming. At the same time, I can understand why the previous owners of San Diego Legion have withdrawn, because, bro, it's a lot of money to throw away. Period.
Well, people, as we all know, damn cliche, but it's 100% true. It's a business. And people who are millionaires for a reason. And when it's just not viable, it's not viable. So, the previous ownership, great people, right? Yeah. Awesome individual, Darren, all those, they were awesome. Can never say a bad word about the guys as far as, our treatment of us. But, again, it's a business decision, and it's hard. Some people are so passionate about sports. We all know this, right? I mean, it is just like, oh, you know what I mean? But some people can step back and look at it and go, okay, and some people cannot. I mean, but it is a business. That's it. They're here to make money. The fact that you're happy, okay, great. That's awesome. And that is a huge part of it, because that's how you make money, is by keeping your fans happy. But the bottom line is the bottom line. And if it's not there, it's not there. And if you got to pull chucks, you got to pull chucks. And move on.
put in $5 million a year and I'm only getting a return on 2 and I'm burning 3. Yeah, that's
Oh,
a hard one to stay in on. No matter what your income is, you're burning money in the parking lot like lighter fluid on cash.
yeah, it's insane how much. I mean, Snapdragon, as bitching as it was and how awesome it was like the mountaintop of the MLR as far as I'm concerned. Anyone else can top that place? I don't think so. Um, and you got all the factors around all this is, unfortunately, soccer is king. I can't stand the sport. It screws rugby every time.
Yeah.
But it's got the money. And given our demographic, our location, you're never going to beat that. So, it was a combination of just cost and soccer dominating everything. And, I'm sure there's a billion other factors that, you and I'll never know about because, that's up to the business people, led to what it led to. And here we are. But the bottom line is it was this or fold. And so we have something.
You got to take this because it beats the fold all day, every day.
I didn't see it coming either. I don't think a lot of people, they figured, okay, yeah, San Diego, Seattle, we're like OGs that have like, the biggest, probably, I don't know the numbers. Where's James Dealey when you need him? Come on, give me a number.
I know. Hey.
Yeah. Probably there's some calculation somewhere that says, the biggest franchises and all that other stuff. And I'm willing to bet, Seattle, San Diego, and probably somebody else are like 1, 2, and 3. But, San Diego's expensive. LA's expensive. California's expensive. It's insanely expensive.
Well, I appreciate you spending some time with me, man. It's been a long time coming. I know that we sat in this room at one point and attempted to, and then somebody.
It was literally the greatest podcast you ever did that no one will know about.
The button.
It doesn't matter. Don't be blaming shit. You're in charge of this stuff. So it was just too great to put it for mortal eyes and ears. That's fine. It's okay,
man. You know what? That was such a moment too, and I just kick myself. Where. But hey, it's those moments that makes us better. At least it made me better. Okay, so like a few errors, and now I will not let it happen, sort of thing. But electronics are great when they work.
Technology is great when it works. But, yeah,
so real, so real.
But you guys play. Where do you guys play next time?
So weekend coming up, we're in Charlotte. So Anthem. I haven't been there yet. On Saturday, we fly into Charlotte for the Sunday game. I'm excited to see what the tailgate's like because I heard they have a tailgate, and so kind of giddy about that because Seattle won't let us have a tailgate because of the stadium that we are hosted with.
Yeah, we can't have them either at Torero. Love Torero as a stadium, no tailgate. Wah, wah.
Right now, like Snapdragon, which was, man, we had so much fun in that parking lot. Oh man, I mean, how many times? I mean, at least 3 that I remember. That's kind of questionable, to be honest. And then so we're gonna go over to Anthem, and then we're gonna drive up to Kentucky, and we're gonna do the Bourbon Trail for 3 days. I've never been. I was like, babe, do we spend? Because nowadays, and I know, like, airfare's gone up, and so do we burn, say, $400 to $500 to get each of us home, or more? Probably push it on like 6 to 8, and then spend another 6 or 8 to get us back to Nashville, because I have a bar reserved that we are putting on a live podcast with Rugby Rant, Rob Hammerschmidt. Yeah, I Ray Keene, which is Carl Keene's dad. Carl Keene was a scrum half for Seattle for a quick minute, and then he went to Anthem. And so I hit up Ray and I was like, "Hey, bud, you going over to see your boy play the game and this and that?" And so he wasn't. So, anyways, I just kind of told him what I told you and told him how we're heading over to Nashville for the Chicago versus New England game, and because Chicago is another team that I really like. And Ray says, "Bro, I have a buddy that supports rugby in that area that owns a pub. His brother coaches GCU out of Arizona. He gives back to all the local clubs in Nashville. Do you want his number and get a hold of him to see if you can do an event? Because Ray's like, I know you'd love to do events and stuff like that. I'm like, yes, that would be fun. So got on the horn, eventually met him through email and all that fun shit. And then he got on the horn with him and started talking. And it was one of the easiest conversations I've ever had to throw an event where he was like, yeah, come through, doors open, can't wait to see you, sort of thing. I'm like, hey, can I take over your stage? Can we do a live podcast? Is that okay with you? Do you have the equipment to do such thing? And he's like, yeah, now you just saved me from having to hire a band. Thank you. And so we're doing the dang thing, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm doing. So flying in Charlotte, driving up through Kentucky, landing in Nashville on Thursday, meeting up with the Falcons to go explore the territory. And then Saturday, the event for the podcast. And then Sunday, shenanigans at the game.
Nice.
Home Monday. And I'll probably have to take Tuesday just to catch my breath. Well, I appreciate you spending time with me. This is the first time we've done a podcast together, and I really appreciate your time, Marcus. So thank you very much.
Yeah, anytime, man. Good to see you. Virtually is fun, but in person it's funner.
I know it. The thing that people don't know about, the stuff people don't know about. Put a little love out there so Legion does not get any more losses. What do you predict Legion's record to be by end of season?
Oh man, I'm horrible about that stuff, but
good, I am too.
It's up to the gods. Whatever it is, it is. But I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
You know what I want? Would be awesome. Is Seattle and San Diego one more time. One more time. Because I want revenge.
Oh,
I don't care who owns the damn team. I want revenge. To the day I die, if I have to see the Mall to Glory one more freaking time, I'm gonna smash my head through a wall.
All right, that's where I spliced that in right here.
The first mall that they won on that game, it was in that damn corner.
Yeah.
And that corner is but hey, again, we were there for the highs, the lows, and everything in between. We stick with them, and hey, that's part of being a fan.
Hey, I haven't seen a drop kick like that since, by the way.
That was
dude.
We were talking about Joe during the game.
You had us by the short hairs, bro. Real talk. And the rest of, like, all of us in the stands were like, what's so loud in here? All these guys are so loud. They're winning. Why did we come all the way out to San Diego for this game? And then all of a sudden it got really quiet. And the Mall to Glory happened. And we won.
Yeah. I saw it coming too. I ain't gonna lie. I was sitting there watching it, and I'm like, they're gonna.
Man, we didn't even know each other back then. Is a reality. That's cray.
No, but yeah, saw it happen. Went across, and I'm like, yeah, they're gonna win. Before they did, I'm like, but hey, you know what? It's one of those great. The cool thing about it is, at least I was there. as much as it hurts, it's one of those things that I think is still one of like the greatest plays of. If MLR ever has the greatest plays of all time, real, that's going to be one of them. Like I said, I look at I can look at stuff objectively. If my team is sucking, I'm going to say it. If they're doing awesome, I'm going to say it. And if other team just won because they were just better, I'm going to say it. You know what I mean? And at that moment in time, it happened, and it sucks because you see it coming.
Yeah.
And but it is what it is, and it's one of those things. At least you were there, yeah, part of it. You saw it live. The both of us, we were there, saw it live. Good for one, bad for the other. But being in Chicago, seeing it happen, we were there, and but I think even with the losses, even with those hard losses, it brings you closer to a team, and and they respected that. I think I'm just gonna say I got to put that out there. The probably one of the most ultimate cool badass moments of any MLR thing that I ever got to be part of, even not MLR but a San Diego thing, is they let me and Sean come into the locker room after the game. I want to say it was that season. It might have been after that divisional win. I don't remember. And they let us go in there and do the song, their team song, in the locker room that they did. And it was, it was Jasa, I want to say, Jasa Veramalua. And they did a Tahiti, no, he's not Tahiti, Fijian song. Yeah, and it's on. And I never said anything about this before, but it's on like the documentary on Amazon now, so it's not like it's some thing. I never said anything before, but they put it out there to the world. But we went in there and got to like lock arms in a big circle with the team, and he sang the song, and it's on the documentary, and it was a mind-blowing experience. Let me tell you, to be invited to that and be part of that. Again, it was after a win, which is always awesome, but it's like one of those things you just don't forget ever. Don't think it'll ever happen again. But like I said, it's part of, like, you put in the work. You do the dedication. You stick with people through the thick, the thin, all that. And sometimes you get, I'm not going to say a reward, but like you get to be part of something special. And we've been part of something special since day one in steps. Like you have been. You're out there part of something from the ground level up, and you build something, and it's awesome. And I don't know. We'll see where it goes. Yeah, it's not the same right now. Will it ever be the same in the future? Don't know. But hey, it is what it is.
I'm just glad that Legion's recognizing the cohort. And so therefore that's one small victory. And at the end of the day, we all, including MLR, need to count our wins. Count our little victories, no matter what they are. And I love your attitude, Marcus, because that's it. That's exactly your attitude, in what you're saying is spot on, in my opinion. It's huge, and a lot of people don't always understand what goes into it. I don't think people understand the sacrifices that fans like yourself make, and how you spend 2 to 3 hours before a game to get ready, 2 to 3 hours after a game to dismantle. Game is happening. You don't get to go hang out with all your friends and your foe, like all your not foe, but like your like-minded fans and such like that afterwards, because you're busy. But at the same time, as you said, rewards, like when you guys get to go to the hotel and on away games especially, and hang out with the players and the coaches and such behind closed doors, and have that camaraderie, have that bond, and it kind of it outside looking in, it looked like it fueled the fire. So like it was the right attention at the right spots, with the right people, and it was a lot of fun as a fellow crazy fan to see you get the accolades and rewards that you deserved. Because like I didn't put in that hard work like you did, and you deserve every no every bit of it, like every bit of it, and it does not your success does not impede mine. That's at the end of the day, bro. That's real talk, and I love seeing you get the accolades that you deserve. That's where I'm coming from, and as much as you and I love to rib each other because that's our personalities, I want to give you the accolades that you deserve because you put in a lot of hard work, you and the queen for that matter, and all the cohort and their supporting people, no matter who they are. Thank you for what it's worth. Thanks for putting in the work because it made the game better. Marcus, it made the game better. It made it more entertaining. And I'll say that anytime I got to hang out with you guys, it was funner than hell, dude. Come on. Like, bro, we got to turn it up a level a couple times where you guys get to be really loud while I'm chanting and and challenge it. Like, I had a blast. I don't know how many times we told other people off because, like, hey, we're having fun. You can go like be negative somewhere else.
Yeah. This is, they're taking it to one level. Like this ain't, they're all out there doing a thing, and they're probably new to rugby, newish,
Yeah.
and that's fine. You know what I mean? It's just, I think the rivalry is absolutely the best ever, in the entire league. I mean, it's not going to change because of, yeah, you can be nasty about things. That's one way of doing it. Or you can just have a hell lot of like a bunch of bros hanging out in a man cave talking shit and or whatever. And if that's more fun than, going to a game where someone's actually angry and you're like getting into a fight with them. It's like, what are you doing, man? This is
right.
Sports ball. Relax. It's just supposed to be fun. Come on.
Yeah, bro, you're a spectator. Chill out.
Yeah, they act like they're down there. I mean, unless you've got and even if you have $5 million riding on the game that you bet on because you're a degenerate, getting into a fight with some dude in the stands is not going to change the outcome. They're numb nuts. I mean, relax. But yeah, it's just
now you're out more money because you now need the bail money.
Now you need the bail money. Actually, they made a lot of bail commercials would come on TV when it was a Raider Charger game back in the day. That's a fact. It was hilarious.
It's very valid.
But I mean, I don't know. I mean, like I said, it's just, this is more fun to me than, like, oh, I hate you because you're the team. It's like, what are you doing, man? Relax. Have fun. This is supposed to be fun. But
yeah, we're paying our hard-earned money to go watch a game and have fun. We're not, man, drop the ego. I try not to say all my 4-letter words and show everybody my IQ.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But but I love the fact that the way the rivalry is turned. I love the fact you guys want to be loud as hell during the kicks. I love that we're not. And that whole argument every season, which always we've had this conversation too about how much it just makes me laugh. It's just like, you do you, and just let the chips fall where this is what I don't want it to be a carbon copy. It shouldn't be a carbon copy. You know what I mean? You build your culture. You go into Seattle knowing they're going to be all during the kicks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I expect that. If I don't hear it, there's been actually a couple of Seattle home games where there was a pretty good, ish amount of Seattle people, and it's all quiet during the game. It's like, you're actually paying attention. You're actually doing what we're telling you. What the hell's wrong with you? You should be going berserk right now. Like, what's up? Come on. It's because you weren't there, most likely. But, it's like
so fun.
There's no right or wrong here. There's no right or wrong. There's no, it has to be this.
It's just how you treat each other. At the end of the day, like, I remember coming up to you guys. Obviously, I'm just most of the time I'm hanging out with you guys just to be, in your company as well as banter is healthy in your and my world, especially. Out of all the cohort, you and I love the banter more than anybody. Straight up. Straight up.
Oh yeah.
And the fact of it all is just I miss it.
Yeah,
I miss it, but
I was
yeah,
showing
it's like
something the pictures of when we went up there, whatever it was, 2 years ago, the other day, and just dancing with broccoli guy. Shout out to freaking Jim, the freaking broccoli guy. Anybody who hates on him has got problems. But
yeah, they gotta look in the mirror and situate that situation.
yeah, he is what he is. He's a legend.
Yeah.
But and they're like what? Like some people are like, what is that? What are you doing? Like you went over to the other where the home teams? Like, hell yeah, I went over there. One, I'm in armor. What are you gonna do? Two, what are you gonna do? And three, we just danced around and had a good time in front of the Seattle crowd. And it is what it is.
I swear I just stumbled across some of that video the other day with you and Jim dancing your asses off.
I had to do it. I was like, I'm doing the broccoli dance officially at some point, and I had to do it. So yeah. In other words, I have no problem making a fool out of myself. I don't care. It is what it is.
It's over the years, man. It's been so appreciated.
It's fun, and I shout out to Mike Nguyen. He bought me a beer. I was going up to the top. I was like, where the hell's the beer? It's another problem with that damn stadium. You got to go up to 5 flights of stairs and over the hills and through literally the woods to get to your beer stand. Come on. But I went up there and Mike came up behind me. We started talking, blah, blah, blah. Bought me a beer. So shout out to him.
Mike Nguyen is so good, man. He is a great fan. He's a great supporter. He travels to games. What's there not to like?
Okay. But we had a great time in up there. I never had done cold weather cohort before, but I figured it out. I had stuff wrapped up in long sleeves. It was a different version of the get up, but I thought it was because it was supposed to snow that night.
Bro, can we get in the swords? Can we get in this? I'm like, hold up, I got you, bro. Let me make a call.
Yep.
No problems. Funny how that works. A little preventative thought and reach out, touch someone, kind of, hey guys, is it okay if we do this and that? This is all for the love of rugby. It's nothing new. This is what they do. Can we please? And they were like, absolutely. Get it up here. If they can carry it on a plane, it can come in the stands. And they were so genuine about it. And I just Seattle Seawolves staff, thank you for making.
We salute you.
Sincerely.
Yeah, no, that was a good. That was a hell of a lot of fun. Except you won, but
I mean, that's what we do. I mean, come on. Anytime we can.
You did that day.
Anytime we can just take San Diego out like a sniper, we're gonna do it, bud. We're gonna do it.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be right if I didn't talk a little smack.
Yep. Tit for tat, But we actually had a really good time with that thing. That game was good. Cold weather. Where was that? What was the name of that place before we went? Damn,
$6 when we went out.
Oh no, that was the night before. And karaoke and various and assorted shenanigans.
Oh yeah, Watkins sung his ass off, dude. He was just on it. And we're just no, I'm not next.
Yeah. Who knew, right?
I'm going to drink for everybody. Not singing tonight.
John Watkins, karaoke legend.
OG that was the night. That was back when I was having to push my face up just so I could have a conversation or chew anything. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, you were kind of fresh off the whole everything train and
full on paralyzed. That was wild.
But you were hooking and jabbing at the bar.
You know what? I'm going to hang out with my peoples.
Yes, sir.
Well, hey, I'll let you go. Thank you for your time. I appreciate the shit out of you, Bo.
All right, man. That's good times. And we'll see where this merry-go-round lets us off.
Well, you know the door is always open up here, so if you and the Queen want to come through, you come on
Yes,
through.
sir.
I'll pick
All
you up
right.
there. I got you.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out our other videos at youtube.com/Rugby100 Club.